Hey everybody, it's Rolls. I'm sorry. I have not been consistent with posting. I got that Hitman 1 live stuff up with Lennon that was a ton of fun to do on a live stream, and we are planning to do more of that. But this is Metal Gear Solid 4. I should have started this about a month ago. But this was recorded off of PlayStation Now before it was taken down. That being said, there are some times where like the connection thing might appear on the screen and whatnot, but I think the story will get through it. And this is the game that I've played the least, obviously, because I don't have a physical copy of it. So I feel like this playthrough isn't awful, but I don't know. We're here together. We'll get through it. Looks like Konami's actually got off their ass and they're trying to take care of getting the historical footage renewed, so the HD collection and stuff can be played, and this would be great if they did it with this too. For some reason, I'm going to be referencing Steak Bentley's Metal Gear Solid 4 was a mistake video a lot, because it's one of the best videos on YouTube. And I'll put that against anyone's content. Dude killed it with a 3.5 hour analysis of this game. From love. But there's a lot of crazy shit happening in this one. There are chickens named after the snakes right there. But anyway, in that review, for some reason, I thought this briefing wasn't accessible. But it plays after the first mission, I believe. The first chapter. But we're just going to do it first. So we have Campbell, and there's Old Snake, of course. The reveal is kind of diminished if you play it later. But I think Kojima had a good message with it of, decay.
They're ready.
Sorry, I'm a little busy right now. The Pentagon's new battlefield control system has produced a decisive difference between hired guns and the PMCs of today. The system was developed by Arms Tech.
I feel like the colors are a lot more muted than MGS2.
Security tools. And since the establishment of AT Security, business has been booming. The system make it possible to integrate not only micro-level information on individual soldiers and units, but also macro-level information about field conditions and order of battle. So they finally achieved total real-time battlefield control. That's right. And as a result, the
Jungle settings are reminiscent of 3 too. The second chapter, rather. That's South America, I think. Yes. As you can see, there's a little bit of jumpiness here. So what I had was recording directly to the computer, and I had PlayStation Now running. I had it hooked up to my router with a wired connection, and I had everything else turned off. I even had my phone on a different Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi turned off altogether. So, did the best I could. But here we are. Anyway, Sonny, that's Olga's child from 2. There's a lot of follow-up to 2, and again, referencing the Steak Bentley video. I agree with his opinion that 2 is kind of unfollow-upable. Like, you don't really need to try to make a sequel to it. But decided to record this today because I unexpectedly, as I've said in other videos, but it's been since 2020 now. I don't plan on going anywhere, but I've been a personal care field, and whenever the one client goes home with his mom, we can take PTO for those days if we don't want to come in and clean, which I hate cleaning, but we get so much PTO we can't use, you know. Like, I've already taken 2 separate week-long PTOs, and I'm pretty sure I still have a ton of time. I'm going to log in and check here after, actually.
Until they got wind of the uprising, that is.
Yep. Anyway. Wow, this is a pretty game.
That's exactly it. America has now turned war into
I think after 4, that's probably, as I'm doing this, I'll probably have to hook up the old 360 to do Peace Walker. Because I have the HD collection on that. That's actually where the footage for 2 and 3 were recorded from. I'm kind of excited to see if they come back so I could try to get platinums in those games for the PlayStation. I just need to get all the Keraton frogs in 3 for sure. I'll probably mention that in the 3 playthrough. But like, they fucking took that shit off right when I was trying to get through. And that's, of all the MGS games, that's the one I want to get a platinum in, because I don't know.
PMCs are run by a dummy corporation that acts as a single mother company.
You gotta say,
The 5 largest PMCs
probably said this before too, but
is outer heaven.
1 through 3, if you pick any of those as your favorite, I can't really begrudge you. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 was amazing as a PlayStation game, like what it did at the time. And I didn't get to appreciate it until I played 2. Picked one up afterwards at Babbage's. Here's a throwback, because I'm old as fuck. Babbage's at the Chambersburg Mall. The one town up from where I live, where I have lived my whole life, to this point.
Any means necessary.
So I didn't figure out in this scene, but you can full screen it.
Killing him.
Is that car gone?
Liquid dead.
Looks like it is. Okay.
Isn't that right, Colonel?
I went out, like I said, I unexpectedly had today off for my 3 to 11, and then I was going to cover tonight, because I do a switch every month with a great coworker of mine where I work her overnight, and she works a double for me on Thursday, so I work a double on Wednesday, then I can go to the work meeting, and it's just like, you only have to do like a half hour to an hour long meeting, and then you have the rest of the day off. So it's kind of like a 3-day weekend for me. After putting in a double shift, one on Wednesday, and then overnight till 7 a.m. on Thursday, which is fine. Do that no problem all day. But so I was gonna go in tonight, but she wants to cover that because she was sick last week, and the shifts tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. But in trade, I had to pick up Saturday morning 7 to 3, which I already work Sunday morning 7 to 3, and it's only a bother during these football seasons that, like, I have to start watching the games there. But at least I have a job where I'm around TVs that I can watch the games on. Like, that's the blessing, because, like, what if you were working like an assembly line on a warehouse or something, you know? So. Anyway, I've not been talking about this mission briefing at all, but
Sanction either.
this is Campbell. Definitely, he's aged up too. Snake looks older though because of his rapid aging stuff. But Ocelot's the big bad. He's finally ascended to his rightful place as head villain. Liquid may be involved, of course. So this game tries to tie a bunch of the stories together for an ending, but like, I don't know. Oh, my software has been successfully installed. Great.
Let's hear it.
It's an Apple update for the iTunes. But
Our intelligence on Liquid's uprising originally.
yeah, Liquid Ocelot's the main antagonist this time, and we have Old Snake, and it's up to date. You already told me that. And we have the gang's back together, so we'll see various characters from the past here.
Made up of ethnic minorities, waging civil war against the regime in power.
And get endings. Endings of stories. But here's the thing, some of them are just weird. Like, I don't know. Steak does such a good example of
Operators as trainers.
talking about the whole
And of course,
production and this story and recapping everything and the high points, the low points which are low, and the high points which, I mean, our opinions run pretty concurrent with this, honestly, which is nice to see that a 1 million view video creator has the same feelings I do about a game, but like, there's some shit that happens that's like out of control cool, and then there's other shit that's just like puzzles me.
is to make contact with our
Rat Patrol Team 01.
They'll be expecting you.
Seeing it written there in like their code,
Forces team assigned to the
RT Pat 10 or 01, like it makes the reveal at the end a little more obvious now in retrospect.
I can vouch for them personally. Friends of yours. You could say that.
But this is the game that we're gonna have a lot of long cutscenes, everyone, so we'll get through them together.
The U.S. military. From their
And it's great. Honestly, this is how I
guarantees.
first experienced this game, was through
Any evidence of your involvement in the area.
watching like
Alone that of the U.S.
quote-unquote movies of the cutscenes through YouTube.
ever leaked out. It would spark a global firestorm.
And I kind of learned about everything, and the only thing you lose with that is like seeing boss fights happen in real time and stuff. But some people put that in. All depends. All depends on what channels you're watching.
Will you do this for me?
Campbell looks nice as fuck in that suit. Big fan.
Liquid.
Man, this computer, I'm telling you.
I'm not like the BMCs. I don't need your money.
Like, it's
Thank you.
trying to get me to do so much shit.
But if you're going to spark something,
Even though it just ran updates.
start this. Fine.
Fine.
I'll start my own fire.
What are you doing? My cat's jumping all over the place like cats do. She wanted to get her isometric exercise in. So there's the briefing for the prologue anyway. Liquid Sun. But we'll continue with an actual new game next time.